Hi friends, today I'm going to talk about something which may be of some interest to most of the people who are trying to practice yoga and looking for a guru to practice yoga. So I'll talk about how to avoid coming into the trap of a fraud. Okay, there are a lot of fraud godmen who can easily trap a simple believer who is trying to find some guidance or find help to start practicing yoga or some kind of spiritual practice. It's very easy when you are approaching somebody with a simple belief or faith and the other person has a malified intention, right? So the first thing that I'll say is that if you intend to practice meditation, yoga, or whatever it is, any kind of spiritual practices, the last thing that you should do is look for a guru, because that's not the first thing that anybody would like to do, right? Looking for a guru who is living and who has a lot of followers is no proof that the person is a genuine person, genuine guru, or he's not going to fraud you. And for all you know, maybe it's some kind of business that he's running, and he just wants to increase his followership and he's trying to make some money out of it. You have no clue, because as per scriptures, who can be a guru? It says Shrotriya Brahmanista. That is the definition of somebody who is a guru. Shrotriya means one who knows all the scriptures and who has realized divine within himself, right? So if you try to go by that definition of scriptures, who is a guru, then most of the people, as you can see, will not qualify. Either they haven't studied the scriptures or they have not realized the divine within them. And so you can say 99.99999% don't qualify. There are very few who are genuine, who are very rare, and it will be nearly impossible for a person who is trying to seek, first of all, to find them, second of all, even to know whether he is the real or a genuine one. The real one will never say about it, and the genuine one will be having all kinds of propaganda machines trying to create more and more disciples. So you are in a catch-22 situation. You have no clue. So this is what I will say, because I practice yoga, and so this is what is my basic advice is to all my friends. The first thing is that you should first study books. Okay, books on yoga written by realized masters. Just like in science, when you say some scientist is an authentic scientist or is a great scientist, is based on the peers, right? His peers and they rate him, because let's say we have no clue to say that okay, Richard Feynman was a great physicist or not, because if you are yourself is not a great physicist yourself, there's no way to figure it out, right? So the scientific community has a very good way of figuring out who is great, who is not great. They have research papers, they have publications, they have peer reviews. So that way, if you want to, let's say, approach tomorrow a great scientist, great physicist or mathematician, you know, right? There's nothing is hidden, it's based on the peer review. Unlike that structured process, in the spiritual side, there is no peer review available. It's based on, while the person is alive, most of the times you don't find it. So most of the reviews are done after the person is gone. So that gives us a really good thing in the point of view that we know who are the great masters in the last maybe thousands of years, and because There are many other seers and sages and saints over generations have spoken about them, and many of the people consider them as great, and they follow them after their death, their advice, their teaching, and they all vouch for it. So based on that, we know for sure if somebody is trying to practice yoga, there are certain great books that one can start with. First one is Bhagavad Gita. It's a universal book for a spiritual aspirant. Upanishad, the teachings are very simple if you could learn them. The teachings of Kabir, teachings of Nanak, teachings of Mirabai, teachings of Ramakrishna Paramahansa, Swami Vivekananda, Sri Aurobindo. There are many sages and saints who have spoken. Raman Maharshi. There are great seers in Hinduism, and then there are various books, scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam. Like one can read all these books, watch videos, or try to find out. There are speakers who are speaking on this in this YouTube days, internet days. You can find so many videos. You can find so many books online also about the teachings of these great masters. I can tell you, based on all my 30 years of studying scriptures and going through them, I can tell you for sure you can at least read on about Sri Aurobindo. You can read the writings of Raman Maharshi. You can writings of Ramakrishna Paramahansa, writings of Kabir, his poetries, Nanak, Mirabai. At least I gave you a few of them. There are many more. Okay, in Hinduism you can find out the great seers and sages. Read a lot of stuff that the Swami Vivekananda. There are some who are prolific writers. They have written it themselves, so it's not spoken or hearsay. For example, if you want to read writings of Sri Aurobindo, he has a vast library of books that he has written himself. There are volumes of Swami Vivekananda. There are many books that he has spoken, written by him. There is Gospel of Ramakrishna, which is an amazing book. There are teachings of Raman Maharshi, very profound teachings, absolutely phenomenal and beautiful. And there are poetries translated by Rabindranath Tagore of Kabir, 100 poetries of Kabir translated by Raman Maharshi. Sorry, by someone, I just forgot the name. Okay, so those are really a great starting point. So once you have read them, maybe you can start reading Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita has 700 verses. There are many people. You can find a book from ISKCON library, or you can find books from various places. You can find many books. Read them. So once you have read all these books and all these literatures, whatever you like, and then you can figure out what interests you the most. Some people may like certain types of yoga practices. Let's say you like the idol of Krishna and Radha to be more appealing to you. So if you want to worship him, maybe you would like to approach ISKCON. ISKCON is an organization which could help you to initiate you into that. Or if you like to worship Shivji, you can find there are various teachers who can help you out. But essentially try to go through an organization if you want. But the first thing that you should try to do is practice it yourself based on the books and guidelines. Practice for a few years before you approach other people. Because once you practice for a few years, then you realize maybe I don't like this, I like that, I like to do meditation, I like to do this. So practice reading books should be your first thing for a few years until you have a clear mindset what you want. And once then you know what questions you need answers. For the answers of the questions, maybe you don't need a teacher. The answers may be available on the internet, in other books. You can ask colleagues, you can search yourself, and you'll find. The guru will not be able to help you much unless he is a God realized man. Most of the times the guru will, maybe he can ask you to join some organization, and you will be spending more time there, wasting your time rather than trying to do the practice. So the best thing is that you try to practice it yourself. And as for Hinduism, the God dwells within your heart. So if you are really, really sincere, He'll show you the path. If you are, people used to ask Raman Maharshi, one of the greatest seers of our time, that do I need a guru? And then sometimes you say, yeah, you need. Sometimes he said, who is a guru? He used to say that the divine that dwells within your heart. That's the only true guru. People have asked Sri Aurobindo about who is Guru. I think he has written it very clearly in 4 Heads of Yoga that the Supreme Divine is the Guru and he dwells within your heart. So everywhere you will find that reference that God dwells within your heart, and all that the Guru helps you is tells you that to go within yourself and find it. So turn your attention within. So this will be my advice. Don't try to find a teacher right away and to make him a guru, because that may end you up in in a difficult situation. First read books, practice it yourself, and if you have any questions, then try to find the questions without finding a guru. So once you have become matured in your practice, then you can go to various teachers if you want, and seek very pointed answers for pointed questions, or you can take the guidance, but not at the beginning. At the beginning you could be easily misled. So that would be my advice. I hope it is helpful. Thank you.